The film opens with haunting scenes of children subjected to horrific scientific experiments across the globe. One night, a massacre unfolds in a secret children's facility. In the aftermath, search teams scour the nearby forest, hunting for two children who escaped. A young girl manages to flee, while a boy is captured and brought before Dr. Bake. Disappointed by the girl's escape, she nonetheless acknowledges the difficulty of catching someone with such special traits. She and her associate, Mr. Choi, decide to abandon the search, assuming the girl won't survive long on her own. By dawn, a farmer discovers the unconscious girl, filthy and injured. He and his wife take her in and consult a doctor, who confirms she'll recover, though she appears to suffer from amnesia, her name and age unknown. The farmer's wife is moved when the girl instinctively grips her hand, sparking a bond between them. 10 years pass. The girl, now called Ja Yoon, lives a quiet life in the countryside with her adoptive parents, Mr. and Mrs. Koo. She drives, tends to chores, and helps run the farm, especially with her mother's worsening Alzheimer's. One night, during dinner, news of a murdered geneticist and a livestock crisis leaves Mr. Koo worried about selling their cattle. Later, Ja Yoon suffers a sharp headache and researches Alzheimer's online, concerned for her mother. The next day, Ja Yoon meets her friend Myung-hee at the bus stop. Myung-hee encourages her to join the talent show Birth of a Star *, which offers a $500,000 prize, enough to save their farm and help her mom. Ja Yoon auditions. While judges comment on her average voice, her intelligence and beauty impress them. Then, unexpectedly, Ja Yoon scores perfectly and qualifies for the next round. That night, the Koos and Myung-hee gather to watch her audition. Tension rises when the host asks Ja Yoon if she has any special talents. She casually says she can do magic, which unsettles her parents. Myung-hee tries to brush it off, but a silent, eerie phone call interrupts the mood. Later, Mr. and Mrs. Koo warn Ja Yoon about revealing too much. They assume she won't win, but hope the exposure brings in some money. Before bed, Ja Yoon has another intense headache and senses men lurking in the nearby mountains. The following day, Ja Yoon and Myung-hee travel to Seoul by train. On board, a mysterious young man mocks and confronts Ja Yoon, calling her Muz Witch, and speaking cryptically. He attempts to trigger a reaction, but Ja Yoon seems genuinely confused. He leaves her shaken, only to kill another man on the train with eerie precision. Despite arriving late, Ja Yoon performs brilliantly and advances to the quarterfinals. Watching from afar, Dr. Bake and Mr. Choi are stunned. She's alive. Afterward, another headache sends Ja Yoon to the restroom, where a flashback reveals that she needs expensive surgery. Without it, she has 1 to 3 months to live. A bone marrow transplant from her biological parents is her only hope. Later, Ja Yoon and Myung-hee are ambushed by strange men who claim to know her. The girls escape, but the same boy from the train appears again at the bus stop, cryptically probing Ja Yoon's memory. She remains silent, prompting him to back off. Back home, Officer Do arrives after Ja Yoon requests a check on her family. Everything appears normal, but there's unease. He mentions the men are Americans. Ja Yoon feigns ignorance, suggesting she's been mistaken for someone else. Meanwhile, the mysterious boy and his group murder a geneticist and his entire family, using brutal telekinetic force. News of the tragedy reaches Dr. Bake, who discusses the growing threat Ja Yoon poses. She suspects Ja Yoon's memories are still lost, or she wouldn't have exposed herself on TV. Mr. Choi reveals his own deteriorating condition caused by genetic experiments. Later, Ja Yoon's mother no longer recognizes her and accuses her of hiding something. That night, Mercenaries break into their home, holding Myung-hee hostage and threatening Ja-yoon's family. Their scarred leader claims Ja-yoon is responsible for his injuries. In a sudden shift, Ja-yoon disarms the gunman and kills the attackers with shocking efficiency. As the dust settles, Ja-yoon seems to awaken, her old self returning. The boy appears, praising her recovery and implying she's a genetically engineered superhuman with incredible gifts. Though she claims ignorance, he isn't convinced. He threatens her loved ones, and Ja-yoon agrees to go with them. They take her to the facility she once escaped from. There, Dr. Baek greets her and injects her with a drug to restore her memories. As they return, Ja-yoon remembers everything. She was created as a weapon, the most successful of a program that spliced genes to enhance abilities. But the mutations had severe side effects. The other children became uncontrollable. Ja-yoon had escaped to live a normal life, and to wait for the right moment. Dr. Baek injects her with a second dose of the serum, giving her full strength, though it will only last a month. Ja-yoon reveals that this was her plan all along, to regain access to the cure and eliminate everyone involved in her creation. She breaks free, killing guards and outsmarting the facility's defenses. She confronts Dr. Baek, shoots her in the leg, and demands to know where the remaining doses are. Mr. Choi and the boy's faction clash, with Choi revealing he once captured the boy during their escape years ago. Eventually, Ja-yoon and the boy face off in an epic telekinetic battle. She dominates him, showing unmatched speed, strength, and regeneration. Mr. Choi intervenes, shooting Ja-yoon and his enemies. But Ja-yoon quickly recovers and defeats him. The boy tries to use the last cure dose as leverage, but Ja-yoon is one step ahead. When his partner attacks from behind, Ja-yoon kills her instantly. With the boy at her mercy, she asks one last time for the location of the other doses. He refuses. A shot rings out. Ja-yoon finds the remaining doses and escapes, blowing up the facility behind her. Back at the farm, now under surveillance, she leaves the cure with Mr. Koo for his wife. Mr. Koo admits he once feared Ja-yoon, but his wife convinced him to love her like a daughter. 3 months later, Ja-yoon visits a secluded seaside house. She meets a woman in a wheelchair, showing her the cure but expressing a desire for a more permanent solution. The woman calls in another guest, a scarred young girl. Ja-yoon coldly warns her, if she's touched, she will kill her.